All right. Now we're doing freeCodeCamp, JavaScript algorithms and data structures, intermediate algorithm scripting, smallest common multiple. All right. So we're going to find the smallest common multiple of the provided parameters that can be evenly divided by both, as well as by all sequential numbers in the range between these parameters. All right. The range will be an array of two numbers that will not necessarily be in numerical order. For example, if given 1 and 3, we're going to find the smallest common multiple of both 1 and 3, and that is also evenly divisible by all numbers between 1 and 3. And the answer here would be 6. Why? Because 6 divided by 3 is 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 6 divided by 1 is 6. If we did 60 if we did 1 and 5, we would get 60, because 60 divided by 5 is 12, 60 divided by 4 is 15, 60 divided by 3 is 2. No. By 3 is 20, 60 divided by 2 is 30, and 60 divided by 1 is 60, right? Yes. So now you're probably thinking, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? This sounds a little complicated, man. How you gonna pull this one off, old code man? Well, let me show you how we do it in Codeman S land. So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna say, find the smallest common multiple in a range of numbers, algorithm, JavaScript. We're gonna press enter and we're gonna say, Stack Overflow. That sounds like a very reputable place. We're gonna say, click this, and we're gonna say, I don't know what that is. And then we're going to come down here and say, that's a check mark. 57 people like it. 30 answers. I don't think I have to read too much else. Let's see what this means. Function range min max are okay. So we're starting an array inside. So we're making this function inside of this function. We're making an array, and this array is going to be pushing i's between the min and the max. So it's going to make the range from the min to the max in an array. Makes sense. Now we got function GCD a comma b. If b doesn't exist, we're going to return a. Other than that, we're going to do recursion on GCD b, and I'm going to say what, what, and then LCM, and then we're going to have to use GC, what, and then var multiple, what, and then I'm going to say, you know what we're going to do, because it would take an hour to run over this, and we never went over GCD in this thing. We never went over LCM in this thing. And even though this is pretty self-explanatory, not self-explanatory, this is pretty easy to understand. Once we do this, we still don't know this or this. So you know what we're going to do instead? We're going to say, you know what's really cool? Remember the last one where we made a function outside of the function? We're going to copy this. We're going to come over here. We're going to go under here, and we're going to say, ta-da! All right, I don't need to understand anything. All I need to know is what the min and the max are in this array, all right? Because sometimes they're going to be 5, and sometimes it's going to be 1, all right? So that's not 1. So that being said, what we're going to do here now is we're going to say r, all right? So we could do r at 0, r at 1, and find the min and the max. But instead of that, we're going to use destructuring assignment syntax. Well, I'll type that in. How about that? Extend the video. Destructuring assignment JavaScript. Boom. And basically what this is saying is that if we say, if we have a variable that's an array, we can say, anyway, this doesn't say it either. Oh, wait, right here. If we have a variable that's an array, we can also say A and B equals the array or whatever. Anyway, I'll show you what we mean. So since we got this and we know it's going to come in like this, we can go like this and say A, comma B, and we don't have to say this thing R at 0 or R at 1, right? That's basically how we're going to do that. So now we got to find the max and the min, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to say let max equal math.max A and B, all right? And then we're going to copy this, paste that. We're going to say min mix. Come on now. Let min equal math.min A and B. And let's prove that it works by saying console.log max min. Max is 5, min is 1. We know that. All right, good. So now that we've got that going on, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? You know what we're going to do? We're going to return least common multiple min max. And let's come down here. Actually, let's wrap this up in parentheses. How about that? Actually, we're going to wrap it up in parentheses down here because it's the end of the video anyway. We're going to wrap this up. We'll say console.log. Yep. What? Did I not spell it right? Probably not. Okay, there we go. And we got 60. Let's change them up to 13 and 1. 360, 360, 360, 360. Looks like we have a winner. So the real lesson on this one is if we don't know it and we've never looked it up, well, you know what? The internet knows it. This is 2023. And if you're Isaac Newton and you're watching this and you're like, well, I could have done that. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's run the test. Looks good. And submit it. All right. Now we're on to drop it. And if you think that's some sort of, what's the word? Subliminal message to drop the free code camp after you couldn't figure that one out, do not trust it. Just keep on going. So now we're on to drop it. And we'll see you next time.